wrestling fans, this makes 4 takes. Four. 4 takes for a Monday Night Raw review. And I'm going to tell you, this usually does not happen. And I'm going to tell you, usually I can come on here and I know pretty much what I'm going to say about this show, just like that. I have no idea, absolutely no idea, what in the world WWE's doing coming out of this Survivor Series. I mean, seriously, they make absolutely 0 sense outside of Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. They make 0 sense. And that is honest. 100% honesty. Now, there's been some rumors going around about what WWE might do with Alexa Bliss. Okay. Since how WWE is being very cautious with her because of her concussions and things of that nature. So I want to discuss that because that could have a lot to do with the Braun Strowman, Baron Corbin stuff that I'm going to get to in a minute. Because we're only going over 3 things on this Monday Night Raw review. Because only 3 things happen, wrestling fans, on this entire show that's worth talking about. Strowman and Corbin, Rollins and Ambrose, and Rousey. That's it. Tamina and Nia Jax, not worth talking about. I'm sorry, that useless tag team matchup, not worth talking about. We all know where that's leading to. Rude and Gable taking on AOP. Who cares? I don't care, and I'm sure you don't care as well. So, who cares? Not talking about it. Amongst everything else that happened, between all of that, not talking about it. Those are the only 3 things that happen. So let's dive into it. But before we do, don't forget to go back and watch On the Road that I put on Monday, which is why you're getting Monday Night Raw review tonight. Don't forget to go and back and watch SmackDown Live review, which we saw Daniel Bryan, the new and improved Daniel Bryan, in which the old Daniel Bryan is dead, he stated, amongst everything else that happened on SmackDown. Go and tune into that as well. And don't forget to scroll down and hit that subscribe button. Join me on my journey right here on YouTube. Follow me. Help me by growing this channel. It would be much appreciated. A lot of fun and hard work goes into it for you wrestling fans out there. So tune in. Much appreciated. But now, Monday Night Raw. When we think about this show, when we think about this disaster, Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin wants to be permanent general manager of Raw. Braun Strowman wants Baron Corbin to get these hands. Stephanie McMahon going to reward both of them because, well, Braun Strowman led the team to victory. Baron Corbin led a clean sweep on the Survivor Series. So, how's she going to do that? By putting them in a TLC matchup at TLC. Tables, ladders, and chairs match. I think I speak for everyone, number one, when I say that when I first heard this, it was just cringe to my ears because you have Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, and you have AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan, 2 rivalries that I think everybody cares about more, that have 0 stipulation. 0 stipulation so far, except for the championship. Really, WWE? Really? Huh? Now, as far as the Alexa Bliss situation is concerned, excuse me, rumored is that they might be making Alexa Bliss general manager of some sort. So if that's the case, then Baron Corbin would be losing at TLC. On the other hand, Braun Strowman reportedly, according to WWE, is having surgery because of the incident on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw, we saw McIntyre, Lashley, and Corbin brutally dismantle. Let me repeat that. Braun Strowman, pillar to the post, steel steps, steel chairs, all over the place. Even wrap his arm with a belt and then waylaid him with steel chair and steel steps. It was brutal. Absolute brutal. So, with that being said, if Braun does not have the match at TLC because he's already been yanked out of the Mixed Match Challenge, then Baron Corbin automatically gets named General Manager of Raw. If they have the match at TLC, what do you think is going to happen? Braun Strowman's going to overcome all the odds, and he's still going to defeat Baron Corbin. Guarantee that. You mark my words. You mark my words right here on this video, on this podcast. But I still think it is horrible that Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, and Daniel Bryan have zero stipulations as we speak, except the title is on the line. That is just brutal. You all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Now, let's move on to Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. All throughout the night, mind games galore with Seth Rollins, as we usually see out of Dean Ambrose here as of late, chasing him all the way throughout the arena, going into certain places that the Shield used to be, seeing burn it down on the door, things of that nature. Finally being inside the squared circle and two dirty deeds by Dean Ambrose. I love Dean Ambrose's character right now. I don't know about you all, but one thing that I know a lot of people are very salty about. And that is, Dean Ambrose stated, we are all having to pay for what we did in the Shield. Roman Reigns has to answer to the man upstairs. He's answering to the man upstairs. And you're answering to me. Referencing his cancer, leukemia. I know that struck a nerve with some wrestling fans. And the biggest thing I'm going to say about that is, even though it can be a little ouch for some of you, look back in 2013. What did we see in 2013 on our way to WrestleMania 29? The Undertaker versus CM Punk in a rivalry over the urn and disrespect about Paul Bear's death. Now, I don't know about you wrestling fans, but that is pretty disrespectful too. And I wasn't all cringeworthy hurt about that. So, for those of you that are really hurt about everything they've been doing about Roman Reigns' leukemia and taking, I don't want to say jabs, but enhancing the storyline with it, look back at that rivalry and all the things that CM Punk said about Paul Bear's death to enhance the rivalry with The Undertaker. And poof, see how that went. Okay? But I still think we're seeing the best we've seen Dean Ambrose in a very, very long time, because he was kind of stale and dry, kind of boring there for a while as a babyface in the direction that he has been going in. So this new heel persona and what he's been doing, fantastic. It's a breath of fresh air, if you ask me. What we see at TLC, who will become the victor? Honestly, I think that to enhance the storyline, to make the storyline better, so Seth Rollins continues to chase, Dean Ambrose should go over. But we shall find out at TLC. And finally, Ronda Rousey. She claims she's going to tap out the facebreaker, Nia Jax, who is, without a shadow of a doubt, the most hated woman in WWE. She's absolutely the most hated, cringeworthy woman in the WWE. She is. Because of what she did to Becky Lynch. But let's be honest here. Let's be honest. Ronda Rousey on Monday Night Raw did not impress me. She stated that she was going to come after Charlotte after TLC. Okay. Finish your unfinished business. In which Charlotte will lose, probably, because either Charlotte's going to win the Royal Rumble, and that's how they will set up that, or it will be another cross-branded matchup at the Royal Rumble, which I would be fine with, honestly. Have Becky Lynch win the Royal Rumble, and then have Charlotte take on Ronda Rousey in another cross-branded match. That sounds all right to me. Well, I wasn't too impressed with Ronda Rousey on Monday Night Raw. What did they do? You defended the title against Mickie James, in which we all knew Mickie was going to lose because Ronda had to bounce back after that horrible Survivor Series that she had. Now, was it a good Survivor Series? Yes, but it came off very bad for her because, let's face it, it was the first time that we had seen on WWE TV where she got boos galore. So, yes, it came off bad for her. And it showed on her face. If you go back and watch the Survivor Series, it showed. So, I mean, I wasn't too impressed with Ronda Rousey, and I watched Monday Night Raw tonight, but I'm sure you all were not impressed with Ronda Rousey on Monday. And if you were, let me know in the comments below. Let me know anything that you're thinking about Monday Night Raw in the comments below. And, of course, don't forget to do everything about joining me on this journey right here on YouTube. Subscribe, share this video, leave me a like if you enjoyed this review, because that's pretty much what made up Monday Night Raw. Those three things. And I really hope Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose get a stipulation for TLC. I really hope Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles end up getting a stipulation for TLC as well. Because if not, that's really, really dumb in my estimation. But let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment down below. And of course, until I see you again, this is Webby. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.